Alright, hey YouTube, what's going on here? Dropship Captain here, just wanted to make an official video of your vehicle command, real quick and simple here. Alright, you have your LAV operation, your HAV, depends on what you want to get into. Do you want to fly? Do you want to tank? Do you want to use cars? See, each of which have their own different capabilities as you unlock and progress through the game. Okay, there's all the proto tanks now. Okay, now here you don't have to get this up to level 5 because if you get it up to level 5, there's no proto dropships yet, unfortunately. I know, bummer. Just like the pilot suits and everything. So don't worry, I'm sure they'll come in eventually. But level 3 is where you need to go because that unlocks the assault dropships. And when you get to the assault dropships, keep in mind that every time you spec that skill out, so first of all, when you get that up to level 1, you just unlock the Python, the Incubus. They require skill books. There's the meta levels there. Again, I think that those are the standard ships. I don't see any of the symbols that show that they're advanced or proto. So that's just, those are the unlocks of what we got now. Don't worry, there's more to come. Have faith. Okay. Now let's get into the logistics of what we have here as far as ships. We have a Galante assault dropship. This has a bonus of your 3% rate of fire of your hybrid turrets. So hybrid turrets would be like the railgun or the blasters. I mean, those are pretty much hybrid weapons here. The only thing that Caldari has is missiles. So that increases the rate of fire of missiles and how much they have as far as ammunition. So just a racial bonus there. That's called a racial bonus, what we would call a racial bonus, or what they would call a racial bonus on Eve. I'm sorry, I came to Eve from dust, so no negative comments, please. Okay, this has to do with core upgrades in your vehicle upgrade department here. Check it out. Okay, let's start here. This has to do with all your core upgrades in your vehicles. The bottom one has to do with your turret upgrades, which you might want to get that up if you're a tanker, but for the most part you're going to spend your time doing core, shield, and armor. And core, for core vehicles, it's a multi-purpose thing. It does, look at that, power grid, CPU, propulsion, and you unlock all the variants. Complex. Fortunately there's no module that says proto on it, but don't worry, bear with it. I'm sure it's going to be subject to change. Before you get into any vehicles whatsoever, I recommend getting these skills up first. As soon as you get everything up to level 1, just to start it off. This has to do with the recharge rate, so when your module turns off, that recharges it faster. This is the active duration to keep it going. So when you upgrade your electronics, once again, you might notice that something is at level 1, because we'll get to that soon. Alright. This has to do with the complex scanners, all that basic stuff. I use these for PC and factionals and any other game mode. I use it because, you know, you can light everybody up like a Christmas tree just because of the decibels that it does, and you can check that out in the marketplace yourself. Here's the basic CRU. Like I said, there's no enhanced, there's no complex. So unfortunately we can't add any of those wonderful things to the game yet, or they haven't added those wonderful things to the game yet. Sorry. Alright, this is my next favorite. This is my favorite one because, you know, because I'm running a Caldari ship, I have to have this up at level 5. This is the shield regeneration, which has to do with the recharge delay, and it basically reduces to 25%. It helps a lot, especially if you're using these guys here, the complex shield regulators. Unfortunately, I can maybe only fit like a basic or enhanced on my Python, or any other Python. I'm sure anybody else, but you know, hey, if I had another slot to put an armor on there, that'd be cool too, but whatever, that's asking too much. Be a little bit OP. Anyway, check it out. We got complex shield regulators, and what these do is basically they help your shield goes up faster, the depletion rate, similar to what you'd have for, you know, up here. We'll get to turrets very soon. Yeah, shield regs. So that's basically the same thing. What I showed you back there, this is the drop suit version of what we're looking at. You know, what I was talking about here in the upgrades. Sorry, the upgrades. I'm getting lost here. And the optimizations, see. So, all right, now this has to do with your turret upgrades. Most important thing here, heat sinks. Yeah, I'm going fast, I know, because there's a lot of fun stuff. Dispersion, all that. You know, again, check it all out in the marketplace. Call my bluff. Over here, this has to do with your CPU and PG reduction. So this is Mathrath, basically. You know, Mathrath having to do with the CPU and PG of what you can put on your suit. So if you can't add it up right, it's not, numbers don't add up right, you can't do anything. So let's go on to the last and final foremost important thing of all vehicles, I would presume, the turrets. So once you get this at level 5, mind you, this is only access that if you're a tanker. If you're using a dropship, a LAV, you know, something in the sorts of nature of that, you're going to use small turrets. So when you get this up, same thing applies. CPU reduction 2%, PG CPU reduction. There's Mathrath again. So there's another Mathrath up there for the large turrets. I'm going to cover them both at the same time, the best of my ability, so you guys can keep up. Pause the video at any time if you are lost, or just simply ask me a question. I will happily answer it, or ask somebody else that if I don't know, I'll find somebody who does. So let's start off with missiles, because this is the first thing I actually leveled up. This is how you get this right here. It's all your turrets, yada yada yada. Well, the reason why I'd recommend getting this up to whatever you have to do to get up to proficiency is to get to this. This is the most important thing. The most important thing. Sorry if I'm all over the place with the camera, you know, whatever. As long as you get the video and you understand the information is predominant to you, then it helps out. You get that up to 5 first, because then you can fit any turret you want. Get this reload speed up to 5 as well, because then you can reload really fast. Like really fast. And this has to do with your ammunition. This has to do with proficiency, and proficiency doesn't have to do with damage. This has to do with the rotation speed of your turrets. So your gunners, I think it works for ADS as well. That's that. You know, railgun turret, same thing. You know, as you can see, these are some projects, but again, as you can see, I got this up first because this is the most important thing. This and this here. I mean, these other projects, these are different projects here for a different day and a different time. But for the most part, these are the most important things that I really want you guys to